After crossing over, I awakened the passive skill. A promise is worth 1,000 gold. Anyone who makes a promise to me must keep their word. The only way to break the passive is to give me 1,000 taels of gold. Later, I was found by my biological parents. They protected the fake heiress and told me that it was all a twist of fate, and if they could, they would bear all the pain and suffering for me. There's such a good thing. Then I'll just sit back and wait for the money to roll in. In the end, I became the richest person in the country by spreading good virtues. When my wealthy parents came looking for me, I was tutoring the children at the orphanage. Dean Zheng knocked on the old yellow-painted wooden door and called into the room, "Xinghui, come out for a moment." The children below suddenly brightened up, their restless little hands unable to resist fidgeting. Of course, the little ones prefer playing over studying. After arranging for them to read, I came to Dean Zheng. "Dean Mom, is there something you need?" I asked, pretending not to know. A few days after arriving in this world, I noticed someone was investigating me. I followed the trail and have already uncovered some information. Dean Zheng smiled. "This time it's really good news. Let me take you to meet two people first." We arrived at the dean's office, where a middle-aged couple was waiting inside. They stood side by side. The woman, who looked like a lady of high society, occasionally covered her nose with a handkerchief, her brows tightly furrowed, and her mood did not seem pleasant. The tall, mature man, however, remained expressionless, merely rubbing the watch on his left wrist with his right hand. The moment we entered, he was looking down at the time. The tea on the table was full and untouched, and the old sofa made the couple prefer to stand and wait. At first glance, I could tell what kind of people they were, while I was sizing them up. The couple also looked me over from head to toe. At this moment, Dean Zheng introduced, "Mr. Yu, Mrs. Yu, this is the child you've been looking for." Dean Zheng grabbed my shoulders with both hands and pushed me toward the couple. "Child, quickly call them Mom and Dad. They are your biological parents." The noble woman, Mrs. Yu, instinctively covered her nose and took a step back, while Mr. Yu quickly wrapped his arm around her waist. The next moment, Mr. Yu's eyes filled with tears as he choked up and said, "Child, I am your father, your mother, and I have finally found you." Following in her husband's footsteps, Mother Yu also said excitedly, "Good daughter, you've suffered. It's our fault as parents." Before I could speak, Dean Zheng wiped away tears first. "Mr. Yu, Mrs. Yu, rest assured, Xinghui is the most outstanding child in our institution. She has been thinking of you all these years. When she was little, many people wanted to adopt her, but she refused to leave, just to wait for you." Father and Mother Yu smiled with relief. Mother Yu reached out and took my wrist through the holes in my sleeve, holding a handkerchief. "Child, come home with Mom. Both your father and I have missed you so much." I smiled slightly and firmly refused, seeing the confident and strategic expressions on Father and Mother Yu's faces. "No need. I'm about to come of age and no longer need a guardian." The smiles on the faces of you father and you mother froze, and their gazes toward me carried a subtle hint of condemnation. Dean Zheng quickly nudged me. "Mr. Yu, Mrs. Yu, Xinghui is just saying this out of spite. She used to look forward the most to going home with you." She gave me a meaningful look. I knew she meant well for me. After all, no matter how good my grades were, the orphanage couldn't afford my college tuition. But I remained unmoved. That was in the past. "I've outgrown the age of needing love." You father and you mother exchanged a glance, and you mother began to sob softly. "Child, are you blaming us? But you were switched at birth, and we had no idea back then." "Me, of course, whether it was intentional or not. Losing me was your fault." Mother Yu choked up and couldn't cry anymore. In the end, Father Yu said, "You're right, all of this is our failure as parents. Ever since we learned the truth, your mother has been crying every day. Seeing you suffer here breaks my heart and fills me with guilt. Can you give us a chance to make it up to you?" "Child." They were sincere in their attitude. I felt nothing in my heart, but my face began to show hesitation. I said, "I don't believe it unless you swear that you are willing to bear all the suffering for me." Father Yu and Mother Yu might have thought I was testing their sincerity. Perhaps they were laughing at my naivety in their hearts. These days, vows are like farts. Once they're out, they're gone. Who takes them seriously? So they nodded firmly and said, "Child, please believe us. We truly do not wish for these unfortunate events to happen to you. If possible, we would gladly bear all the pain for you." I smiled faintly and asked, "Do you swear?" "We swear." Ding! As the promise was made, a voice echoed in my mind. Passive skill activated. Binding targets. Yu Xingjian. Chen Lihua. From now on, Yofu and Yomu must fulfill their vows. Only then was I satisfied and agreed to go home with them. On the plane back, Yofu and Yomu introduced the family members to me. Yojia's grandfather has passed away, and at home, there are the grandmother and the eldest brother. Today, none of them went out, and everyone is looking forward to my return home. After hesitating, they still didn't mention the other girl in the family to me. After all, the personality I've shown is anything but weak. They were afraid of complicating things. So they decided to bring me home first. Arriving at the Yu family home, the driver opened the car door for Yumu, bending over and extending his arm, waiting for Yumu to step out gracefully. Meanwhile, I simply opened the door and walked over to Yufu's side. Not feeling the slightest bit intimidated, Yumu approached with measured steps, scrutinizing me. In a couple of days, I'll find you an etiquette teacher. The Yu family is not to be compared with those disreputable places. You can't be so uncouth here. I crossed my arms. That's your fault too. Who told you to lose me, useless thing? Can't even take care of your own child. You, how dare you speak to me like that? Where are your manners? Yumu pointed at me, her face flushed with anger. Talking about manners with an orphan, you're such a hypocrite. You weren't like this at the orphanage. I didn't hold back at all and made a move to leave. With someone like you, I don't even care to be part of this family. All right, you've said enough. Father, you scolded mother, you. Then turned to me, child, don't blame your mother. She's not quite right in the head, otherwise you wouldn't have been switched at birth in the first place. Come, let's go home with Dad. I've set up a room for you, see if you like it. Father, you compromised with me once again. Mother, you glared angrily but indeed kept her mouth shut. I know, they must have some ulterior motives towards me. We entered the Yu family home. The scene in the living room was clear at a glance. An elderly woman with gray hair sat in the main seat. A young man in a suit and a girl with immaculate makeup stood up from both sides of the sofa to greet us. Father, you took the initiative to introduce Xinghui. This is your eldest brother, Yu Buxing. Eldest brother Yu, holding his bowl of rice, simply nodded at me as a form of greeting. When it came to the other girl, Father, you hesitated. Mother, you chimed in. This is your sister. From now on, you must get along well. The girl took my hand, beaming. Little sister, you must have suffered a lot before. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you from now on. She was smiling, but there was unmistakable hostility in her eyes. What sister? Don't call it so soon. You look about the same age as me. I withdrew my hand. I asked you father and you mother. Did you have me right after having her? In such a hurry, you father and you mother's faces darkened. At that moment, the old woman sitting at the head of the table finally spoke. Her cane struck the ground forcefully, making a harsh sound. All right, don't be so aggressive. Susu is the girl who was switched with you at birth. She was just a baby at the time. This wasn't her fault. The Yu family has raised her for 17 years, and the bond is deep. From now on, both she and you are part of this family, and you should support each other. Respecting the elderly and caring for the young also depends on the person. I sneered. If it's not her fault, then is it mine? Our identities are naturally opposed, and you still expect us to get along harmoniously. I think you're getting senile. These words drew criticism from everyone in the Yu family. Disobeying elders is the height of unfilial behavior. I didn't care and continued to speak disrespectfully. If you dislike me so much, should I just leave? Everyone fell silent, especially elder brother Yu. Elder brother Yu spoke quickly. You can't go anywhere, idiot. This is a society governed by law. Do you still think you can just lock someone up? I rolled my eyes at him and turned to leave. It was still Father Yu who stepped in to smooth things over. Xinghui, you stay. Your eldest brother didn't mean anything else. You are his own sister, and he can't bear to see you leave. That's why he spoke a bit hastily. I glanced around with a faint smile. Everyone wants me to stay. No one is unwelcoming. Brother Yu forced a smile. Sister, we are all very happy that you can come home. The others nodded repeatedly. Grandma Yu tapped her cane twice, saying nothing but not refuting either. All right then. I was about to relent, but then I changed my tone and said, then you must swear that you will treat me well and make it up to me. If I suffer any harm, you will bear it for me. The Yu family members looked at each other in dismay. If you don't swear, I'm leaving. Brother Yu gritted his teeth and said, I swear, I will treat you well for the rest of my life. If you suffer any harm, I am willing to bear it for you. He held onto Yu Sushu's shoulders, and Yu Sushu made the same vow. Passive skill activated. New bound targets, Yu Buxing. Yu Sushu, no one took these words seriously. If such a childish trick could make me feel at ease and stay, they were willing to play along. However, Grandma Yu was disdainful. She snorted coldly, grabbed her cane, and slowly walked back to her room. She is quite old, and I don't want to trouble her, afraid that she might actually be worn out and cause me more trouble. You dad and you mom had already made their vows earlier. And now they couldn't bring themselves to speak in front of their children. Just then, you dad said, "You must be tired today. Dad will take you to your room to rest. My room is mainly sky blue, and overall, it's quite decent. Anyway, I won't be staying for long, so I can't be bothered to make a fuss." Dinner time, you father had taken you eldest brother out for social engagements and hadn't returned yet. At the dining table, you grandma sat at the head, with you mother and you Susu sitting on either side of her. I go downstairs. Grandma Yu, holding the air of the matriarch, was still waiting for me to take the initiative to show weakness. I was really hungry, so I casually found a seat, sat down, and picked up my chopsticks. Mother Yu cleared her throat and said with a sidelong glance, "You grew up in an orphanage, so you didn't know any better before. Now, let me teach you. In our Yu family, the rule at the dinner table is that the elders usually take the first bite. The younger generation shouldn't be too greedy." Yes, only the old lady can be greedy, I replied carelessly, picking my favorite dishes to eat. Of course, I never smacked my lips, nor did I poke around at any particular dish. In my previous life, I was just an ordinary researcher. I never expected to die suddenly while conducting an experiment. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself in this world. And I awakened a passive skill. A promise is worth 1,000 pieces of gold. In this life, I still plan to enter the laboratory. I had no intention of fitting into the Yu family, so what do rules have to do with me? Grandma Yu felt her authority was being challenged, and she began pounding the ground with her cane again. "Lihua, find her a strict etiquette teacher tomorrow. If she can't learn the rules properly, she won't be allowed to eat. All she does is eat, like a glutton reincarnated." Mrs. Yu chimed in, "Don't worry, Mom, we'll definitely find a teacher. We don't expect her to be as elegant and proper as Susu, but at the very least, she shouldn't embarrass the Yu family when she's out in public." Yu Susu also said, "Grandma, don't be angry with my sister anymore. She probably hasn't had the chance to enjoy such good things before. With more exposure, she'll surely learn to behave properly in the future, right?" "Little sister," Yu Sushu challenged, looking at me. I kept my head down, eating heartily, and finally took a sip of the soup. They were still chattering away, which was affecting my mood. I instinctively gripped the edge of the dining table with both hands, staring at the food on the table that only I had touched, feeling ashamed of the waste, so I stood up and, under their bewildered gazes, collected their tableware one by one, with a series of crackling sounds. I smashed each piece of porcelain at their feet. "Ah!" Both Yu Sushu and her mother screamed in fright, and Grandma Yu also trembled. Shattered porcelain shards flew, leaving small cuts on their ankles. I crossed my arms, my attitude quite arrogant. "I don't need you to tell me what to do." "Got it." I went upstairs, ignoring their disheveled state. "Dad, you prepared all the latest electronic devices and a bank card for me." I opened the computer, my fingers flying across the keyboard, quickly hacking into Dad Yu and Big Brother Yu's phones. Soon, a medical report came into view. It turns out Brother Yu's kidneys aren't doing too well. No wonder he's called Yu Buxing. He really can't do it. They brought me back just for my kidney. I suddenly feel a bit excited about what happens next, putting everything else aside. The passive ability of, "A promise is worth 1,000 pieces of gold," is enough to make them suffer the consequences of their own actions. Knock, knock, knock. My door was knocked. Opening the door, it was Yu Susu. She was holding a glass of milk, and as soon as she saw me open the door, she splashed the milk onto my face. I reacted quickly and grabbed her wrist. The cup tilted, and a stream of milky white milk poured over her head. Only after I finished pouring did I react. "Tsk, what a waste." Yu Susu was furious. "You Xinghui, how dare you?" She couldn't help but scream loudly. Even Yu's mother was called over by her. "Susu, what's going on? How did things get to this point?" Mother Yu was heartbroken and quickly instructed the aunt to bring a towel. Yu Susu cried with tears streaming down her face. "Mom, I just wanted to bring a glass of milk to my sister. I never expected her to." Sob. "You Xinghui, you are so malicious. How could you hurt your sister like this?" Mother Yu glared at me angrily. I smiled. "Take a good look. This is my room. She came here looking for trouble. and I'm not going to indulge her. Mother, you pointed at me, you ungrateful daughter. I should never have given birth to you in the first place. I rolled my eyes. I didn't want to be born by you either. You can't even recognize your own child. You're just useless. Sister, you can't say that about Mom just because you dislike me. Mom went through so much to give birth to you. Who knew the nurse would mix up the babies? Susu comforted Mother Yu in reverse. Mom, this isn't your fault. If my sister can't stand me, I can leave. Woo woo, Susu cried again, and Mother Yu felt even more heartache for this sensible child, looking at me with even more disdain. If it weren't for the fact that Mother Yu's eldest son still needed my kidney, she would never have brought back this disgraceful daughter of hers, being called a useless waste time and again by me. Yuma was so furious she could explode, but I was just a tough nut to crack, and she really couldn't do anything about me. Susu, Mom will never let you leave. My daughter should be a good girl like you. Come on, let me dry your hair for you. Don't catch a cold. Yumu and Susu finally left my place. Susu even turned back with a smug smile. I just felt that dealing with fools was indeed a waste of my sleep time. The next day, when I went downstairs, both you father and you eldest brother were there. None of them mentioned what happened last night. You father said, your transfer procedures have been completed. You'll be at the same school as Susu. Do you want to go to school with her? No, arrange a separate car for me. I refused. You father agreed. The new school is a well-known prestigious institution. I went to collect my textbooks and school uniform, and the homeroom teacher took me to the new class, unexpectedly. I ended up in the same class as Susu. The only seat left in the class was near the trash can. I walked straight up to the podium and introduced myself. Hello everyone, I'm Yu Xinghui, the biological daughter of the Yu family who was switched at birth 17 years ago. What a coincidence. Susu, who was also switched with me, is in this class too. The crowd erupted in murmurs, with everyone's eyes darting back and forth between me and Susu. Susu's face flushed red. She hadn't expected me to reveal this matter so openly right from the start. Now everyone knows she's the fake heiress who has taken the rightful place of another. The gazes of these people were unbearable for the always proud Susu. Susu lay on the desk, burying her face and crying. I looked at the homeroom teacher and said, I don't want to sit in the last row. Could you assign me a seat that's more convenient for studying? The homeroom teacher had just noticed that an extra desk had been placed next to the trash can. This is a prestigious academy here, with large classrooms and designated spots for trash bins. It's clear that someone is causing trouble. The homeroom teacher had a headache, but the Yu family held power and influence here, and he couldn't afford to offend them. He immediately arranged a seat for me near the center. I was satisfied. Susu cried very sadly. There are quite a few people who usually get along well with her. Those people look at me with unfriendly eyes. But as the saying goes, in the past, Susu, as the eldest daughter of the Yu family, was mostly surrounded by people who flattered her. Now I am the true young lady of the Yu family. Susu is someone with unknown parentage, since they can't figure out the Yu family stance. No one has come to cause trouble for me for the time being, except for the group led by Lin Wanwan. I love learning, especially since the knowledge in this world is somewhat different from that of my original world. While I was buried in my studies, a pair of hands suddenly slammed onto my desk. Those hands were adorned with nail art, and the glittering nails were so dazzling they could blind someone. Hey, is it you who bullied Susu? I looked up, and the girl in front of me had big, wavy hair, wore delicate makeup, and was dressed in a strapless dress. She was pretty, but she didn't look like a high school student. Behind her were a few other girls with the same style. I didn't say a word, but the girl in front of me suddenly pushed me, and I slammed hard against the table behind me. Before I could react, Susu, who was not far away, suddenly cried out. All the classmates in the class looked at her. The girl in front of me hurried over even faster, asking anxiously, Susu, what's wrong with you? Wanwan, my back hurts so much. Susu's eyes were filled with tears, clearly indicating that the pain had hit her hard all at once. Lin Wanwan's family background was slightly lower than that of the Yu family. She genuinely considered Susu a friend and, relying on the support of the Lin family, had always been arrogant and domineering. Many students at this school have been bullied by her to the point of dropping out. Now she has set her sights on me. I don't care, keep learning. At the same time, you father, you mother, and you eldest brother all felt a sharp pain in their backs. They all grimaced in pain but couldn't find the cause of it. Big break, I'm stuck in the toilet. Not long after, Lin Wanwan came in with her followers and locked the bathroom door from the inside. Lin Wanwan and her group surrounded me. You Xinghui, you're quite arrogant, aren't you? Do you know who's in charge at this school? Lin Wanwan's follower turned on the faucet connected to the hose and handed the hose to Lin Wanwan. The faucet was turned to the maximum, and water gushed out noisily. Lin Wanwan and the others smirked maliciously. Sister Wanwan, she even has breasts. Who knows how many people she's slept with to grow that big? Ha ha ha, make sure to film it carefully later. Who knows, there might even be fingerprints. Lin Wanwan suddenly aimed the hose at me, pinched the nozzle, and sprayed me from head to toe. I didn't dodge. The fast-flowing water hit my body, soaking my clothes, but I felt no pain or cold. Lin Wanwan sprayed me for nearly 10 minutes. I remained expressionless and even started to laugh. I can already imagine how difficult it must have been for the Yu family during this time. My smile completely enraged Lin Wanwan. She threw down the hose and shouted, "You bitch, how dare you laugh," before stepping forward to hit me. I grabbed her wrist and slapped her back in return. Then I quickly seized her hair, pressed her head into the sink, and turned on the faucet. "You love playing with water so much. What's the fun in playing alone? Let's play together." I flashed a thoroughly villainous smile and firmly pinned Lin Wanwan down. Lin Wanwan's head blocked the drain, preventing the water from flowing down, and it quickly submerged her face. "Yuxing, let go of Sister Wanwan, the boss." Lin Wanwan's followers rushed forward. I picked up the water pipe from the ground, holding Lin Wanwan down with one hand while using the other to spray water at them, drenching them from head to face. "Come on, let's play with water. It's so much fun." I laughed heartily, feeling extremely satisfied. These scumbags who engage in school bullying won't feel the pain until the knife is on their own skin. When I figured the time was about right, I dropped the water pipe and graciously released my grip on Lin Wanwan's hair. "Ah, you bitch, I'm going to kill you." Lin Wanwan, dizzy and disoriented, crashed into me. At the same moment, the bathroom door was forced open. My tall and imposing driver swiftly stepped forward, pushed Lin Wanwan aside, and took off his coat to drape it over me. "Miss, please go home first. I will inform Mr. Yu about this matter." I returned to the Yu residence to take a shower and change my clothes. When I came downstairs, only Aunt Wang was in the kitchen preparing the dishes. I asked her, "Aunt Wang, are they not at home?" "Second miss, the mistress is not feeling well today. The old lady accompanied her to the hospital before you returned." "Oh." I curled the corner of my lips. After lunch, the Yu family members returned together. Brother Yu was still sneezing as he walked through the door. Yomu and Yu Susu were equally listless. I pretended not to see it and directly complained to Yofu. "Dad, Lin Wanwan from the Lin family bullied me at school. She cornered me in the bathroom, splashed water on me, and even tried to hit me while taking videos and photos. My mind and body have both suffered great harm. You must get my revenge for me." Hearing this, Yu Dage became very anxious. "Are you hurt? I mean, the Lin family simply doesn't take our Yu family seriously, daring to bully my sister like this. It's my first time experiencing school bullying, and I'm not feeling too great right now." I pretended not to notice his unusual reaction and continued speaking. "I'm not someone to be bullied easily. If the Lin family doesn't pay a sufficient price, this matter won't be settled with me." Father Yu nodded. "I will handle this matter." Yu Susu hesitated, wanting to say something, but since Father Yu had already made up his mind, speaking up might only bring trouble upon herself. Yu Susu finally chose to keep quiet. Brother Yu had been observing me and still wasn't reassured. "Xinghui, let me take you for a checkup. He really cares about my physical condition." I smiled slightly. "No, I want to take a nap." The next day, I went to school. Lin Wanwan's seat was empty. Her followers avoided eye contact when they saw me. After school, as soon as I left the school gate, I was stopped by Lin Wanwan again. Today, she wasn't wearing makeup, and her fingers were twisting the hem of her clothes. Many of the diamonds on her manicure had fallen off. "What's up?" I raised an eyebrow. Lin Wanwan's eyes were filled with resentment, as if she had made a tremendous decision. Lowering her noble head heavily, "I'm sorry, it was my fault yesterday. I shouldn't have bullied you." She was reluctant, in her eyes. "Although I am now the daughter of the Yu family, I spent the first 17 years of my life in an orphanage, a place she considers lowly, born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She naturally sees me as someone inferior, someone she can bully at will. Now, because of me, she is being criticized and forced to apologize. How could Lin Wanwan possibly be willing? But I don't need her apology either. The driver came to pick me up, and I ignored her, leaving directly. Behind me, Lin Wanwan violently kicked over a trash can by the roadside. In the following days, Lin Wanwan's followers transferred schools one after another. However, the Yu family's attacks on the Lin family did not end. The Yu family had long wanted to take down the Lin family. My situation merely gave Mr. Yu a legitimate excuse. Within less than 2 months, the Lin family declared bankruptcy. On the day the Lin family went bankrupt, Yu Susu invited me out for shopping. Sister, you've been home for so long and haven't gone out to have fun yet. Studying requires a balance of work and rest. I quietly watched her performance. The Yu family had been through quite a lot during this period. Whenever I bumped or bruised myself, the Yu family members would end up with a few more bruises. They didn't suspect me, they just thought there might be something wrong with their health, especially Yu Susu's eldest brother, who immediately thought his kidneys were getting worse and that he needed a transplant. So Brother Yu instructed Aunt Wang to nourish me every day. I drank nourishing soup every day and stayed up late studying at night. As for the after effects of staying up late, there were none at all. Compared to my radiant energy, Yu Susu looked quite haggard, suddenly asking me out today. It's clear they're up to no good. I guessed what Yu Susu wanted to do and decided to tease her a bit. I just want to study. Studying makes me happy, I said. Yu Susu's smile froze for a moment before becoming even sweeter, as she affectionately took my hand. It's too boring for me to go out alone. Come with me, and I'll cover all your expenses today. I reluctantly agreed. All right, if you insist on being the generous one, I won't say no. Yu Su couldn't wait to drag me to the largest mall in the city. Suddenly, chaos erupted in the mall, and the crowd surged toward the exits. I got separated from Yu Su, and someone covered my mouth from behind, dragging me away. It was a towel that covered my mouth. I recognized that the towel had been doused with ether. A few seconds later, I closed my eyes. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself tied up and thrown into an abandoned warehouse. Lin Wanwan and her followers were all gathered. I tried to move my hands and feet, but the ropes were tied tightly. What do you want? I'm warning you. If anything happens to me, my father won't let you get away with it. Last time you bullied me, my dad bankrupted the Lin family. Now you dare to kidnap me. Are you tired of living? I raised my head with an arrogant expression, as if I had complete trust in Mr. Yu, believing he would definitely back me up. Except for Lin Wanwan, everyone else seemed hesitant, but it was the Lin family that went bankrupt. Lin Wanwan's mind was completely consumed by anger. She kicked me to the ground, her expression wild and frenzied. Call your dad right now and tell him to bring 200 million in cash to ransom you. If he can't come up with the money, you'll be waiting for me to tear up the ransom note. Lin Wanwan took out my phone, unlocked it with her fingerprint, and scrolled through the contacts. As she glanced over them, her eyes suddenly cleared. With a strange expression, she shoved the phone in front of me. Which one is President Yu's number? Number 1. Lin Wanwan dialed the number 4. Number 1. Big idiot. At the same time, Yu's father, who had suddenly fallen unconscious, was jolted awake by the pain. He felt dizzy. With pain in his hands, feet, shoulders, his entire body ached. He cried out in pain, "Doctor, get me a doctor." His assistant quickly said, "Mr. Yu, you suddenly lost consciousness during the meeting today. You're in the hospital now, and the doctor will be here soon." It was at this moment that Yu Fu's phone rang. Yu Fu gasped in pain. The assistant answered the phone and put it on speaker. "Your daughter Yu Xinghui is in my hands. If you want her life, bring 200 million to redeem her." A video was sent immediately afterward. In the video, I was tied up, with a sharp knife pointed at my neck. The assistant was dumbfounded, and Mr. Yu, ignoring the pain, immediately ordered someone to investigate. When the Yu family gathered at the hospital again, they realized that they had all fallen unconscious at the same time today, and their symptoms were exactly the same. The family watched the video of me being kidnapped. Their hands and feet ached even more, and their bodies felt stiff, as if they had been tied up for a long time. The group exchanged glances, and Yu Susu suddenly blurted out, "Are we really suffering on her behalf?" They suddenly remembered the vow they had made earlier. Elder brother Yu swallowed hard. "No, that can't be such a bizarre thing, can it? Then how do you explain it? When she stayed up late, it was us who felt tired and listless, and the inexplicable injuries that appeared." Yu Sushu thought about how the timing of her coma coincided exactly with when I was drugged unconscious, and suddenly shuddered. She knew that with Lin Wanwan's extreme personality, she would definitely end up killing the hostage. If Yu Xinghui really got killed, would she also die? I must save her. Brother Yu and Yu Sushu spoke in unison. Yu Yu's parents also felt the same way. They still needed to verify whether the symptoms they were experiencing were actually because of me. Yu Yu's father spent some time raising 200 million in liquid cash. During this period, they continued to be hit hard. Everyone felt as if they had been beaten up, aching all over. From time to time, they would let out a scream. Yu Yu's grandmother watched from the side, both heartbroken and terrified. She almost swore at me too. How could I not be afraid? After finally gathering the money, Yu Yu's father dialed my number and shouted into the phone. If you dare lay a hand on my daughter again, I'll make sure your entire family has nowhere to be buried. Lin Wanwan and the others mainly wanted money. Yu Fu seemed to care about me a lot, so they didn't want to take any more risks. After that, Yu Fu and the others indeed no longer felt like they were being beaten. Is there anything still unclear now? It's precisely because they've figured it out that they're even more afraid. Afraid that I might be killed. I waited for Yu Fu to come and redeem me. I even had the mood to tease Lin Wanwan. I remember the first time I saw you, you were quite a delicate little beauty. It hasn't been that long, but you not only look haggard, you've also become uglier. Lin Wanwan was dressed sloppily, her complexion sallow, with no nail art on her hands. It was clear she hadn't been doing well during this time. Hearing that I was still mocking her, she glared and was about to hit me again. Lin Wanwan's follower quickly stopped her. Sister Wanwan, think about the 200 million. We can't cause any extra trouble. Lin Wanwan felt even more jealous for a moment. Her parents could easily give up on her because of the Yu family's pressure. Yet Yu Xinghui's parents cared so much about Yu Xinghui. Can't be jealous anymore. Lin Wanwan still has her senses. She was going to run away with 200 million. And as for her parents, well, they had already abandoned her. So why should she care if they lived or died? I feel a bit regretful, wondering if at this level, Brother Yu ended up in the ICU. 1 hour later, Father Yu brought the money. While they were negotiating, a group of police officers suddenly broke in. Police, put down your weapons. Lin Wanwan was shocked. You actually called the police. Her followers all panicked. Yu father was also confused. He hadn't called the police. For families like theirs, they would always resolve matters privately, as calling the police would greatly affect the company's image. I smiled faintly, keeping my achievements and reputation to myself. Is transferring schools enough for these scumbags who enjoy bullying others? Many of those they harmed lost their lives, and some even had their families torn apart. One of the purposes of my acting in this play is to make sure they face legal punishment. As for the second purpose, at the moment I was rescued by the police officers, Brother Yu's condition worsened, and he was rushed to the emergency room. I was also admitted to the hospital. The medical report, however, showed that I was perfectly healthy. I didn't even have a single scratch on me. The Yu family looked at me, completely unharmed, and felt the continuous pain on their own bodies. Each of them hesitated to speak, wanting to cry but having no tears. Father Yu tentatively asked, Xinghui, about that oath we made. I pinched my arm and said with a smile, what do you think? The Yu family's arms were being twisted painfully. Let go, Mother Yu couldn't take it anymore. Having lived a life of comfort for many years, when had she ever suffered like this? The guess came true. Now they wouldn't dare to ask me to donate a kidney to Brother Yu anymore. Oh heavens, what kind of monster am I? How could a simple vow I made actually come true? The Yu family was in deep distress, urgently searching for a kidney source that matched Brother Yu. Amid the chaos, the police arrived and took Yu Susu away. Lin Wanwan revealed that she was an accomplice in this kidnapping and extortion case. But Yu Susu was not convicted. She was not a fool, although she guessed what Lin Wanwan intended to do. She pretended not to know and never explicitly expressed her willingness to help Lin Wanwan kidnap me. She merely accepted Lin Wanwan's invitation to go shopping with me. She had no idea Lin Wanwan would commit an illegal act. But how could the rest of the Yu family fail to see through Yu Susu's intentions? The Yu family's attitude towards her completely cooled down. The fundamental purpose of their painstaking efforts to bring me back was to provide a kidney transplant for Big Brother Yu. So naturally they wouldn't allow anything to happen to me. Yu Sushu is a daughter and not even a biological one, so she naturally can't compare to Big Brother Yu. However, Yu Sushu doesn't know any of this, and in order to win back the Yu family, she said, Mom, Dad, Grandma, I can go for a compatibility test. What if I'm a match for my big brother? The Yu family fell silent. When elder brother Yu was diagnosed with kidney failure, they had already tested Yu Susu for compatibility. Not only was she incompatible, but it was also discovered that she was not the biological child of Mr. and Mrs. Yu. Yu Susu understood. It was because she understood that she truly broke down. She is so hostile towards me, firstly because of the position of the Yu family's daughter, and secondly because she truly cares about the Yu family. She fears that I will take away the affection of the Yu family's parents and the doting of elder brother Yu, and also Grandma Yu. Grandpa Yu favors sons over daughters and has always valued elder brother Yu. Grandma Yu actually doted on her even more, at least, that's what Grandma Yu always told her. She really believed it. Now Yu Sushu was breaking down. Yu Sushu was going crazy. Yu Sushu was being sarcastic to them every day. Karma's here, isn't it? You valued your sons so much, and now your only son might not even have an heir. If you had been a little nicer to Yu Xinghui from the start, she might have given you a grandson to raise, but now she knows you just saw her as a tool to get a kidney for Yu Buxing. She probably hates you to death. The Yu family was furious. If they couldn't do anything to me, could they really not handle Yu Susu, an adopted daughter who had to rely on them? Thus, Yu Susu and the Yu family began to engage in a battle of wits and courage. Those closest to you know your pain best. Yu Susu, self-taught, knew that the Yu family cared most about their reputation and was truly able to hold her own against them. Every day, besides studying, I get to enjoy free gossip and drama, living a life of pure comfort. Soon, the college entrance exams arrived. During the exam period, the eldest Yu brother finally found a suitable kidney donor and immediately underwent surgery. Right after the college entrance exam, I immediately left the Yu family. I didn't tell them how to lift the passive effect. It was just too useful. Ever since the passive skill was activated, I no longer lose hair from staying up late. I feel energetic every day and full of motivation for everything I do. I successfully got into Capital University. At the start of the semester, I heard that Yu Degu had severe post-surgery rejection reactions and could hardly leave the hospital. He was practically done for. Yu Susu's grades were average, but perhaps out of anxiety. She had been saving money ever since I was taken back. Now that she's fallen out with the Yu family, she simply moved to a faraway city, living a life that's not the best but better than most. Using her savings, the Yu family saw that their son was useless and their adopted daughter had flown away, so they turned around and tried to seize me, their biological daughter. Unfortunately, I was already in the lab and rarely saw them. The technological development in my original world was somewhat more advanced than here, and in my previous life, I was quite experienced. Standing on the shoulders of giants, I quickly gained the attention of my superiors. After observation, the country noticed my unique qualities, and coupled with my significant contributions to scientific research, the Yu family can no longer disturb me. The people arranged by the state have helped me fend off many troubles. Moreover, my passive skill has played a huge role. Every time the country needs to sign important contracts or collaborate with certain companies, they always call on me. My passive skill, ding ding ding, is constantly activated. I'm making money even while lying down. Even the negative consequences are being taken care of by someone else. My enthusiasm for conducting experiments grows stronger with each passing day. Oh, what a sweet dilemma, but it feels great anyway, after hearing the first story above. What are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Next, there is another similar story. Let's continue to see. My best friend is the abused, delicate wife in a captive romance novel. I helped her clear an escape route, and she turned around and threw my plan right in the male lead's face. You are not allowed to touch my best friend, even if she wants to take me away. I absolutely cannot let my best friend suffer because of me, thanks to her. The male lead broke one of my legs. Later, my best friend and the male lead had a falling out. I frantically signaled to my best friend with my eyes. Just coax him, and I can survive. Bestie, impossible. I'd rather die than beg you. My dear friend would never want me to lose my dignity. Rest in peace, my dear. I will never forgive him. Thanks to her, I'm gone. My bestie angrily pounded on him. But who would have thought that as she kept hitting him, the two of them ended up getting intimate right beside my corpse. In the end, they lived happily ever after. A happy ending. Once reborn, I went straight to madness. Don't live. None of you should live. Bestie, I really like AU, but I heard he's pursuing me because I resemble his white moonlight. Do you think I should accept him? This is my first day after being reborn. Hearing my best friend's familiar question, I finally confirmed that everything from my past life truly happened. I remember how my best friend asked me this in my previous life, and how I answered. I said, "No way, Xingxing, I've heard that Hua Siyu is a paranoid maniac, with connections in both the legal and illegal worlds. Those who cross him either end up dead or injured. It's better to stay away from someone like that." My best friend pouted angrily. "Humph, you're such a coward, you single dog. What do you know about love? Paranoid and obsessive is even more thrilling. I just want to see him destroy the world for me." She stubbornly threw herself into Hua Siyu's embrace. During that sweet time with Hua Siyu, she even complained to him, "Ah, you're so good to me." My friend really talked nonsense and almost made me reject you. The next day, my family's stocks plummeted. Hua Siyu came to me and coldly warned, "Watch your mouth." Thinking of Hua Siyu's appearance, I'm so scared I want to tremble. Wang Xingxing in front of me tugged at my hand and asked me what I was daydreaming about. I smiled and gave the opposite answer from my previous life. "Hua Siyu, I heard he's really great, handsome and a business tycoon. Besides, haven't you liked him for a long time?" My best friend didn't expect me to say that and started stammering when she spoke. But I heard he's a paranoid. His white moonlight left because she couldn't stand it. In my previous life, I always thought my best friend was a naive and silly fool. But looking at her flustered expression, I realized she was not only foolish and stupid but also malicious. Perhaps the slip of the tongue that tormented me in my previous life was not accidental, but deliberate. I patted my best friend's hand and earnestly told her, "This is a major decision in your life. No matter what you decide, I'll support you." She hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "Well, all right then. I want to give it a try with him." Give it a try, give it a try. In this lifetime, I'm going to play both sides, cozy up to the upper class while the crazy couple is lost in their lovey-dovey haze, and then crush them. I suddenly let out a sigh. "Xingxing, my family's business hasn't been doing too well lately. Could you lend me some money?" "Not much, just 10 million will do." Wang Xingxing hesitated for a moment but eventually agreed. After all, she couldn't bear to lose a passionate cannon fodder best friend like me over such a small sum. Although my family also has its own company and is somewhat well known in H City, it still doesn't compare to Wang Xingxing and Hua Siyu. Country M is a distorted nation where the wealthiest individuals hold absolute power. I quickly used the money borrowed from Wang Xingxing to secure investments and elevate the standards of our family business. Wang Xingxing and Hua Siyu enjoyed a sweet period together. Though they occasionally had their disagreements, in my previous life, every time they had a disagreement, my best friend would come to me to vent, and I would always take her side, help her hide her tracks, and join her in cursing the scumbag. As a result, in my best friend's words, every argument became my instigation. Hua Siyu therefore hated me to the core and often caused trouble for my family. Having seen my best friend's true colors, in this life, I have no intention of getting myself into trouble again. "Sweetie, you sends messages to his white moonlight every single day. Last time on my birthday, he even flew straight abroad to find her." "Boo-hoo," my best friend came to me, wiping away her tears. "Sweetie, I don't dare go back to the Wang family. If I go home, he'll definitely find me. So you came to me because you're afraid to go home." I put on my usual friendly face towards her and welcomed her into my home. Wang Xingxing started cursing as soon as she stepped inside, and I only nodded or shook my head, not saying a word. "Hua Siyu is such a scumbag. He actually left me to go find his white moonlight, and he's also a paranoid control freak. No wonder his white moonlight and even his own mother want nothing to do with him." I had already hung up the phone behind me. She didn't know that I had called Hua Siyu the moment she entered, set it to silent, and placed it nearby, and just now, Wang Xingxing mentioned by Yueguang, mother, and obsessive-compulsive. These are Hua Siyu's sore spots. All 3 sore spots were stepped on by Wang Xingxing without missing a single one. I chuckled to myself, thinking she's done for. In my previous life, she accidentally slipped up in front of Hua Siyu. My friend said you're an obsessive-compulsive who drove away Lu Yenyu and even Mrs. Hua. Is that true? Sorry. My friend didn't mean any harm. Don't be mad at her. Because of her one sentence, my family went bankrupt overnight. My father was so angry he had a heart attack and ended up in the intensive care unit, while my mother fell into a deep depression from then on. Not long after, my father passed away, and my mother followed him soon after. Wang Xingxing cried, saying Hua Siyu was a bad person for treating me this way. She hugged me and said that from then on, she would be my family. Pitiful me, blind in both eyes and heart. I believed her lies and devoted myself wholeheartedly to her, until after I died, she came to my grave with a malicious look on her face. I'm sorry, my dear, as long as you're still here, I can't be the female lead, I can't accumulate enough suffering points, and I won't become the richest woman. You'll forgive me, won't you, my dear? I finally realized that everything she did was intentional. And this world is a massive story of a delicate wife in a tragic romance. I sent a message to Huasiyu. You know, Xingxing is straightforward and can't hide things. She doesn't mean any harm, just coax her properly. In passing, I sent Huasiyu Wang Xingxing's location. Huasiyu didn't say much, just threw me a big business deal. There's no helping it, I'm just too good at being a lackey. Wang Xingxing was dragged back by Huasiyu. I heard she got beaten, and the next day, news was everywhere about the downfall of the Wang family. Wang Xingxing's family fell into poverty as a result. And she and Huasiyu began to argue constantly. Not long after, she came to me angrily with a swollen face, looking for trouble. It's you, isn't it, Qi Mianmian, you bitch. Calling you my best friend was just flattering you. You actually framed me, and even caused my family to go bankrupt. Tell me, are you still trying to seduce Huasiyu? When she arrived, I had my back turned to her. As she cursed, she picked up the hot water on the table and tried to splash it on me. I pretended to accidentally turn around and bump into her, spilling all the hot water on her. She let out a scream and was about to curse again. I quickly covered her mouth and looked around. Be careful, Xingxing, if there are any of Huasiyu's surveillance cameras or informants here, we're done for. Wang Xingxing was most afraid of her persona being exposed, so she lowered her voice and questioned me. Why does Huasiyu know what I said? Don't forget how much help my Wang family gave your family when we were still around. You're just a little follower the Qi family sent to please me. If you dare to harm me, you're dead. She forgot that the Wang family had already gone bankrupt. Xingxing, I know the Wang family's bankruptcy hit you hard, but you can't falsely accuse me. Huasiyu is so capable. Maybe he planted a bug on you. She was so frightened that she quickly checked her own body, making sure there were no listening devices before she felt relieved. I sighed. Alas, the Wang family is gone, and now you only have me. She finally caught my hint and stopped shouting at me. In my previous life, Wang Xingxing occasionally showed me a malicious side, and each time she would use her spoiled young lady temper as an excuse to coax me. But now I won't believe it anymore. The Wang family went bankrupt, and a resilient little white flower from a fallen household emerged. I, on the other hand, was different. I had long prepared for the Wang family's bankruptcy, seizing the opportunity to poach a large number of talented individuals and acquire half of the Wang family's empire at a low price. Coupled with the resources leaked by Huasiyu, my Qi family directly rose a tier in the wealthy circle. Wang Xingxing started running around again, clamoring to leave Huasiyu. Each time, I quietly sent her messages to Huasiyu, then hinted to him that Wang Xingxing was just too playful and that locking her up would fix it. Not long after, Wang Xingxing was indeed imprisoned. She sent me another message, harassing me and begging me to help her leave the Hua family. Bestie, I'm so scared. He chained me up, locked me in the villa, and won't let me leave. Please come save me. Okay, I chuckled softly and chose not to tell Huasiyu about this. Alright, Xingxing, I'll save you. In my previous life, I believed she was the only one I could rely on in this world, so I tried my best to fulfill whatever she asked for. After she expressed her desire to leave, I, already an orphan, begged and pleaded with everyone, pulled strings, and drafted multiple escape plans, finally delivering them to her. But after receiving the plans, she didn't even glance at them and instead threw them right in Huasiyu's face. I'm warning you, don't you dare lay a finger on my dear friend. Even if she wants to take me away, I absolutely cannot let my friends suffer because of me. Huasiyu was furious when he saw the escape plan and brought a group of people to surround me. Countless sticks struck my body. Wang Xingxing was held in Huasiyu's arms, and she tearfully begged him to let me go. Please let her go. Even though Gui Gui told me I could escape, even though Gui Gui made a plan for me and even found me a good family, Gui Gui was only doing it for my own good. She didn't mean any harm. Please let her go. As soon as she tried to persuade them, Huasiyu and his gang only hit them hard. Wang Xingxing, do you see this? This is what happens when you betray me. He grabbed Wang Xingxing's chin and kissed her. After the kiss, Wang Xingxing buried herself in his arms again, crying and cursing him as a scoundrel. Wang Xingxing didn't try to persuade them anymore. Hua Siyu seemed to find it boring and waved his hand at the thugs. Let's go. Call an ambulance for her. Wang Xingxing, who had been silent, made another move. She knocked the phone out of the thug's hand as he was calling for emergency help. Get lost. My best friend doesn't need you fake do-gooders to save her. Hua Siyu was enraged. He picked up Wang Xingxing and carried her to the car. I waited and waited, but no ambulance came to rescue me even as night fell. Hua Siyu imprisoned Wang Xingxing, but did not take away Wang Xingxing's phone, yet. Even after they left and the sky grew dark, Wang Xingxing never made an emergency call for me. Not only did they not make a call for me, they even prevented Hua Siyu's people from making one. At that moment, I realized that Wang Xingxing was not sincere with me, but my family had already gone bankrupt, and Wang Xingxing always kept me on his lips. I had no power or influence, and I had already waded into this muddy water, unable to leave. That day, a passing stranger saved me, and I kept my life. But I lost my leg. I took a deep breath, grateful that heaven had eyes and gave me a chance to be reborn. Just like in my previous life, I worked to smooth the way for her escape. I contacted the security guards and enforcers at Hua Siyu's villa. I also met with the designer of Hua Siyu's villa. After compiling a set of information, I had it delivered to Wang Xingxing. Then, I opened the miniature camera that I had secretly installed when I went to visit Wang Xingxing. Wang Xingxing, having obtained the information, looked ferocious. This foolish woman actually believed it. It seems my progress with the female lead can advance another step. Upon learning from the butler that Hua Siyu had returned to the villa, Wang Xingxing angrily threw the information in his face. I warn you, don't you dare touch my bestie, even if she wants to take me away. I absolutely cannot let my bestie be dragged down because of me. My bestie has already smoothed out all the connections at the villa for me. I can leave whenever I want. My bestie said she's going to take me to a place where you can't find me, and that's country, not a place where money can break the law. Hua Siyu's face turned ashen as he picked up the documents from the floor. On the cover were the bold words, escape plan. He took the proposal and slapped it directly across Wang Xingxing's face, then grabbed Wang Xingxing by the neck. Are you that desperate to leave me? The obsessive and paranoid personality was not as wonderful as Wang Xingxing had imagined. Wang Xingxing was choked until his face turned red, and only then did Hua Siyu let go. He grabbed Wang Xingxing by the hair and shoved her into the car. You want to protect your good friend, don't you? I'll show you how your good friend dies. In the camera feed, Wang Xingxing's eyes turned red. No, I won't betray my bestie. She even said she found someone 10,000 times better than you for me. You're not allowed to lay a hand on her. On the surface, it seemed like she was defending me, but in reality, she was stabbing me in the back. Under the miniature camera, I could clearly see Wang Xingxing's malicious smile. I know it's my time to make an entrance, so I swaggered into Hua Siyu's villa. Hua Siyu glared at me and said, how dare you show up? I flashed him a smile and said, oh, is Mr. Hua planning to take my little star on a trip? Wang Xingxing saw me as if she had spotted a lifesaver to divert the firepower. Darling, are you here to take me away? I pretended to be stunned. When did I ever say I was going to take you away? Mr. Hua is so wonderful. You should live a good life with him. Wang Xingxing wanted to say something else, but I knew she was about to frame me for taking her to find male models and causing trouble for Hua Siyu. I directly interrupted her attempt. Oh my, Xingxing, you say Mr. Hua is so handsome. Why are you looking for male models? And you want me to find you a good match? Where can you find someone as good as Mr. Hua? Oh, you also said he's paranoid and Yandera, but from what I see, that's not the case at all. Why stir up trouble when you could just live a peaceful life? Hua Siyu's gaze grew deeper as he looked at the two of us. As if trying to figure out who was lying, Wang Xingxing shouted, what, bestie? How could you lie and bow your head in front of such a person? You clearly pulled strings at the villa for me and even bought the floor plan from the villa's designer. If you weren't trying to help me escape, why would you do all that? I pretended to be sad. Star, I care about you so much. How could I do such a thing? This isn't about betraying Mr. Hua, is it? I contacted them to make sure they keep an eye on you. What if something dangerous happens to you, a delicate woman, running out alone? I sobbed, feeling deeply wronged. We're best friends. How could you accuse me like this? Wang Xingxing was stunned. Seeing Hua Siyu's mood darkening, she seemed to think of something, then spoke with newfound confidence, as if she had found her backbone. You even made an escape plan. Bestie, you're so spineless. You said you'd take me away. take me to find male models. But you ended up lying because you were scared of a man like this. She then tilted her head at a 45-degree angle and whimpered at Huasiyu, Ahu, even if I hate you, even if I resent you for bankrupting my family, I still wouldn't stoop to lying to you. Faced with Wang Xingxing's show of weakness, Huasiyu's heart softened. His thugs, at his signal, began to approach me. My face paled, and I rushed into the room to retrieve the proposal. Wang Xingxing hurriedly followed me. I knew she wanted to get the plan ahead of me. I stumbled and fell to the ground, and she turned back to give me a provocative smile. She picked up the proposal from the ground, waved it, and looked at us triumphantly. I burst into tears. Wang Xingxing, I treat you as my best friend, but what do you take me for? I saw you were cooped up at home and wanted to go out, so I specially made a travel plan and even persuaded Mr. Hua to take you out for a walk, saying such things about me. Aren't you just tarnishing my image in Mr. Hua's eyes? Huasiyu snorted lightly. He hated women's flattery the most, yet he also took the most pride in it. He took the plan from Wang Xingxing's hands, opened it, and saw the beautiful scenery from around the world presented on the paper. Wang Xingxing's face turned pale. Then why did you name it the escape plan? Are you deliberately trying to drive a wedge between me and Au? I pounded the ground hard. Xingxing, how could you think of me like that? Didn't you say you wanted to avenge your family and make Mr. Hua pay the price? I don't want you to do such terrible things. I know you wanted to escape when Mr. Hua and I had a conflict, but you can't trade my life for it. I'm the best friend you always talk about, Mr. Hua. If you don't believe me, just check your phone. Half an hour ago, I even told you I was taking Xingxing on a trip. Huasiyu glanced at his phone, his expression growing darker. Wang Xingxing pointed at me. You, unable to form a complete sentence. She was panicking, and seeing her panic made me happy. I spoke up again. Mr. Hua, don't be too hard on Xingxing. She's been cooped up at home all day and is about to go crazy. Last time, she even told me she missed her male best friend. Xingxing, I've called your male best friend, Chen Lifei, back. If you really miss him, you can go see him. Wang Xingxing quickly grabbed Huasiyu's clothes to explain. I didn't, Au. You have to believe me. I wiped away my tears. Xingxing, didn't you always say that you and Chen Lifei were just friends? President Hua will understand you. You don't need to lie. I got up from the ground and sighed. That's great. Xingxing has learned to bow her head to President Hua. It's a pity she no longer cares about me, her best friend. Then I left sadly. Huasiyu hated it the most when Wang Xingxing begged for mercy, because that way she no longer resembled the white moonlight. Sure enough, I didn't have to walk far before I heard Huasiyu's outburst. Who allowed you to beg for mercy? How many times have I told you to act like Yen Yen? And who is that male best friend? You'd better keep your distance from others, or I'll make sure you don't even know how you died. Recently, something major happened. Huasiyu's white moonlight has returned. Huasiyu left Wang Xingxing, who was having an allergic reaction, to pick up Lu Yenyu. I also went to the airport because Lu Yenyu sent me a message asking me to pick her up. Lu Yenyu and I had already been in contact for a while. Although Lu Yenyu had left and gone abroad, she had been keeping an eye on Huasiyu's situation. She sent me a message. This life is different from the last one. Is it because of you? I immediately realized that she had also been reborn. She told me that in her previous life, she also died after Huasiyu chased Wang Xingxing to the crematorium. Because that madman Huasiyu believed she had harmed Wang Xingxing. After we compared notes, we realized we were truly two unfortunate cannon fodders in the same boat. We decisively decided to stick together for warmth. That's why Lu Yenyu returned to the country early in this life, and even Wang Xingxing's male best friend was called back by me ahead of time. Lu Yenyu got into my car after getting off the plane and directly said to Huasiyu, Huasiyu, Qi Nianmian is the most important friend in my world. If you love me, you should love the crow for the sake of its nest. Before Huasiyu went crazy chasing Wang Xingxing, this created a huge protective umbrella for me. That day, Huasiyu threw several more big orders my way. After discussing with Lu Yenyu, we realized our company is about to break into the top 3 in the country. When Lu Yenyu returned to China, Huasiyu was busy chasing his first love. And his confinement of Wang Xingxing began to relax. Wang Xingxing often sent me messages, trying to play the victim and get me to target Lu Yenyu to vent her anger. I simply pretended not to see them, until she limped to my house. It seemed she was really crippled by Huasiyu. Her face was ferocious and aggressive. Qi Nianmian, Have you ever considered me a best friend? You don't reply to messages. And you don't help me when my man is taken. Last time, you even made Huasiyu angry with me. I became sorrowful. I'm sorry, Xingxing. The way you treated me that time made me think you didn't care about me anymore. I didn't dare reply to your messages, afraid that if I did, you'd cut ties with me. Such a childish, intimate confession, and Wang Xingxing actually believed it. Truly both foolish and malicious. She rolled her eyes, then reverted to her delicate and fragile demeanor. I'm sorry, Mian Mian. I got a bit carried away just now. You mentioned last time that Chen Lifei is back. Is that true? Huasiyu has been monitoring my phone, so I can't contact him. I just want to see him. You two are my only close friends. I suppressed the laughter in my heart. Everything was unfolding just as I had anticipated. Of course, I had to take Wang Xingxing to meet her male best friend. In my previous life, Wang Xingxing insisted on taking me along when she went to see Chen Lifei. At the scene, she and Chen Lifei were either holding hands or hugging each other. They even kissed under the guise of a so-called dare. I tried to advise her, but she pouted and said I didn't understand romantic relationships. At night, she even had to share a bed with her dear male best friend. I knew that if she really did this, it would definitely ruin all of us, so I quickly stopped her. As a result, Qi Lifei drugged me, and I passed out right beside their bed. Two people were lying on a bed, and when I woke up, both of their pants were off. I was terrified. At that time, my family had already gone bankrupt, and my leg was crippled. My only purpose was to keep Wang Xingxing company and entertain her. If anything happened to her, Huasiyu would definitely be the first to kill me. I went crazy and started putting the dress on Wang Xingxing. She yelled, "Why are you so old-fashioned? Has your brain been bound by foot-binding cloth? Li Fei and I are best friends. What's wrong with sharing a bed with a best friend?" Ignoring her shouts and slaps, I dragged her away. Chen Lifei was all talk and no action. He initially wanted to stop me, but upon hearing Huasiyu's name, he immediately backed down. Unfortunately, Huasiyu still found out about the matter. I desperately tried to explain to Huasiyu. But how could he possibly believe me when he didn't even fully trust his own little canary? Wang Xingxing. Huasiyu hung me up and whipped me fiercely with a whip. Wang Xingxing cried and pleaded from below. Huasiyu, so what if my bestie took me to a bar or a hotel? She's my bestie. What's wrong with me accompanying her to see Chen Lifei? Even if my bestie drugged me and nearly made me lose my innocence, I've already forgiven her. Why are you giving her such a hard time? The person who hit me had already stopped. Hearing Wang Xingxing's words, Huasiyu signaled to the thug, "Keep hitting her, and add some salt." Blood covered my entire body, and I was left barely alive from the ordeal. After punishing me, Huasiyu wanted to punish Chen Lifei. Wang Xingxing certainly refused, because Chen Lifei was her lover, far more important than me. But Huasiyu didn't care. He castrated Chen Lifei. The two argued over this, and Wang Xingxing ignored Huasiyu for a long time. It was then that Huasiyu thought of me, half dead, and had me hung over a wolf den. To Wang Xingxing, beg me, just beg me, and I'll let your best friend go. I frantically signaled to my best friend with my eyes. Hurry and hug him. If you just coax him a little, I can survive. Wang Xingxing said resolutely. Impossible. I would rather die than beg you. My best friend wouldn't want me to give up my dignity for her sake either. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. Bestie, go in peace. I will never forgive him. The rope was cut, and the pain of hitting the ground tore through me. Countless wolves gnawed at my body, ripping open my stomach. I stared fixedly at the two of them. Wang Xingxing cried and pounded Huasiyu's chest, and the two of them immediately got down to business. After my death, my best friend didn't stay angry with him for long. The two of them were sweet and happy, a perfect ending. Coming back to my senses, I smiled and said, "Xingxing, Chen Lifei has been thinking about you for a long time. He's been waiting for you at the Dazzle bar lately. But, well, you'd better not go. Be careful. Huasiyu might get jealous." She shook my arm. Come on, come with me. With you there, what could possibly go wrong? I knew she was coaxing me into going to set me up, but after she persuaded me several times, I still ended up going along. If I don't go, how can she feel at ease to get intimate with Chen Lifei in the private room? Along with Chen Lifei, there were several burly men, all troublemakers I had found, known for their lecherous behavior. Once Wang Xingxing sat down, she quickly blended in with them, engaging in kisses and hugs, having a great time. I pretended to stop her a few times and even tried to take Wang Xingxing away, but in the end, I acted as if I couldn't hold her back and gave up. A few perverts had long been overcome with lust, groping Wang Xingxing all over. It seemed things were about to progress to the hotel stage. I quickly made an excuse about having something to do, went out for a while, and then never returned. This was a place I had specifically chosen, very close to Huasiyu's company. If anything happened, Huasiyu could arrive within 5 minutes. I sent a message to Huasiyu. Xingxing insisted on coming here to see her male best friend, and I couldn't stop her at all. I have a client coming to see me later, and I'm worried something might happen to her. You need to get here quickly. Huasiyu was furious and directly smashed the potted plant on his desk. He looked at the white moonlight Lu Yenyu in front of him and restrained himself, pretending not to care about Wang Xingxing. My good helper Lu Yenyu quickly fanned the flames. Stars, don't let anything happen to you. Go check on her quickly. By the time Huasiyu arrived, several people were already tangled up together. Wang Xingxing cried as she clung to Huasiyu's leg. My friend insisted on bringing me here, but she had to leave because something came up. Please don't blame her. Thankfully, my innocence is still intact. It's all these despicable men who had ill intentions toward me. Wang Xingxing pitifully used her clothes to cover her body. Huasiyu left a sentence, deal with these people. Then he picked up Wang Xingxing and left, completely forgetting about the white moonlight Lu Yenyu behind him. That same day, Lu Yenyu hurriedly found me. Mian Mian, has our company caught up with Huasiyu yet? He didn't pay any attention to me today. Am I about to be done for? I patted her and told her that our combined wealth had already risen to second place in the country. Huasiyu checked on my and Wang Xingxing's activities today, but I was well prepared, and there was no sign that I intended to harm Wang Xingxing. However, because of Wang Xingxing's words, he still wanted to give me a warning and sent people to suppress the company that Lu Yenyu and I run. What's gratifying is that his suppression no longer has any effect on us at all. Huasiyu, relying on his financial power, has been throwing his weight around and has long lost the support of the people. Lu Yenyu and I have already gained the ability to stand up to him. Upon hearing my words, Lu Yenyu was so overjoyed that she jumped 3 feet high. After discussing it together, we decided that we still need to bide our time and pretend to be suppressed, only to deliver a fatal blow to Huasiyu and the other person in the end. Lu Yenyu has returned to Huasiyu's side. Now is a critical period. She wants to make Huasiyu deeply entangled in the relationship, making it difficult for him to extricate himself, while I secretly develop the company and gain power at all levels in M country. Huasiyu and Wang Xingxing have entered the final stage of their tragic love story. Wang Xingxing is pregnant, but Huasiyu suspects the child is not his. Wang Xingxing, Huasiyu, and Lu Yenyu entered a white-hot stage. Huasiyu brutally abused Wang Xingxing and even pulled out a check. Get rid of him, and you'll still be my lover. Wang Xingxing's eyes glistened with tears. See you, believe me, please believe me, this really is your child. If you don't believe it, we can go to the hospital for a checkup and do a paternity test. According to Lu Yenyu, who died later than me, in the previous life, Wang Xingxing created a fake paternity test. It was sent to Huasiyu in Lu Yenyu's name, and Huasiyu naturally believed his white moonlight, dragging Wang Xingxing to get an abortion. Wang Xingxing refused and ran away with the baby. Not many years later, she returned with 7 little boys who looked strikingly similar to Huasiyu. The 2 of them were sweet and loving, reconciled as before. Willow Mist is truly pitiable, turned into cannon fodder. Thinking of this, Willow Mist angrily slams the table in front of me. I'm so furious that Huasiyu is just a paranoid maniac. I avoid him like the plague. How could I possibly meddle in their relationship? Who knew that in my past life, those 2 despicable people were so inhumane, causing me to die a miserable death? I comfort her, saying it's okay, because this time I have a secret weapon. I found someone to spread the video of Wang Xingxing in the hotel with several men. Wang Xingxing didn't know that in the previous life, I had intervened, and the child in her belly was indeed Huasiyu's, but in this life, it might not be. Huasiyu saw the video and tightly grabbed Wang Xingxing's neck. Didn't you say you didn't lose your innocence? I'll say it again, get rid of the child. Wang Xingxing was still stubbornly refusing to admit the truth. Believe me, this was photoshopped by Lu Yenyu and Qi Mianmian. The child really is yours. I knew what she was thinking. She was thinking that at the hotel, everyone used protection, so the child could only be Huasiyu's. Unfortunately, she couldn't possibly know that I had poked holes in all the condoms. She contacted someone to forge a paternity test. trying to keep a paternity report in the name of me and Lu Yenyu, then planned to run away pregnant. I intercepted the report and directly sent Hua Siyu a live video of her running away pregnant. President Hua, Xingxing is emotionally unstable. I have someone following her. Please pick her up as soon as possible. Wang Xingxing, seeing no way to escape, changed his approach. She insisted on having Hua Siyu and the baby undergo a paternity test, swearing that the child must be Hua Siyu's. Siyu, could you and the baby take a paternity test? You're the only man I've ever been with. Under Lu Yenyu's constant persuasion, Hua Siyu finally went. The appraisal report came out, and Hua Siyu took the report and walked toward Wang Xingxing. Wang Xingxing suppressed the smile in her eyes and pouted, acting pitifully. Wu, I told you you were wrong about me. The child really is yours. Before she could finish her words, she was kicked flying by Hua Siyu, a kick to the stomach, blood flowing from beneath Wang Xingxing. Ah, you, save me. Save me, I don't want to die. There's so much blood. Hua Siyu shook off her hand. Bitch, don't let me see you again. In the end, there was still love, and Hua Siyu did not completely destroy her. It's hard to go from luxury to frugality, and Wang Xingxing's consumption has drastically downgraded, which she simply can't stand. She came to me pitifully. Bestie, won't you help me? Didn't I lend you 10 million last time? You could just return that money to me. I said, oh, I gave the money to your dad. And it seems like he gambled it all away. She rushed up to hit me. Bitch, how dare you give my money to that dead old man? It's all because of you. Why are you still the female lead? Why are you still alive? It's all your fault. I had someone throw her out directly, then contacted her father's creditors. Days passed one by one, the only difference being that Wang Xingxing had gone mad. After seeing Hua Siyu, she cried about how miserable her life had been. Hua Siyu neither said he would keep her nor that he would drive her away. He just frowned. Who would have thought that Wang Xingxing suddenly snapped? Taking advantage of the bodyguard's momentary distraction, she rushed forward and stabbed Hua Siyu with a knife, cursing as she stabbed. It's all because of you. I can't become the female lead anymore. I can't become a billionaire either. It's all your fault. Wang Xingxing died, and I heard it was a gruesome death. Devoured by wolves until nothing was left, Hua Siyu was slashed with a knife but recovered quickly after some rest. After regaining his composure, he still felt that Lu Yenyu, his white moonlight, was the most appealing. Lu Yenyu and I also felt it was time to take action. The previously suppressed Qi Lu group suddenly saw a sharp rise in its stock, with its total funds far surpassing those of the Hua group. Moreover, the Qi Lu group operates with integrity. Completely unlike Hua Siyu's ruthless and unscrupulous methods, Lu Yenyu's and my company continued to thrive, while Hua Siyu's company deteriorated further, to the point where everyone felt emboldened to take a jab at it. Someone like Hua Siyu, once they lose power, will only be trampled upon by everyone. When I saw him again, his hair and beard were dirty and long, hiding under a bridge and fighting with stray dogs for food. Lu Yenyu and I, relying on our power, issued orders to the political upper echelons. Learning from the neighboring country a socialist ideology, capital offenders are still punished according to the law. Under the leadership of me and Lu Yenyu, Country M is getting better and better, and it is called Country A's branch country. Hua Siyu is also a tough person. He has actually made progress as a homeless man, and even wild dogs can't snatch food from him. Some who don't know better even want to support him based on his looks. And occasionally people throw money at him. This won't do, but now in Country M, money can no longer be used to oppress people. I reported it to the police with Lu Yenyu, and Hua Siyu's actions were directly met with a merciless sentence. With such good looks, someone in prison will take good care of him. After hearing the two stories above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.